tights. I just wanna fuck all night.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, baby, I need to know.
After years of searching, finally found the perfect cheesecake recipe. Start with 1 1/4 cups of crushed graham crackers, 4 tablespoons of sugar, and 5 tablespoons of melted butter. 9-inch springform pan. We're going to bake this at 350 for 7 minutes. Set it aside. 40 ounces of room temp cream cheese. Beat on low until it's whipped. 1 1/4 cups of sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, half a cup room temp sour cream. Get this mixed together. Be sure to scrape the sides. Here's one of the big keys. 4 eggs. Make sure they're beaten together before you add them. Mix until it's just added together. Do not overmix. Then I'm going to gently tap the pan for 45 seconds on the table to release the extra air bubbles. This is going to cook at 325 for 30 minutes. Lower your temp to 250, 45 minutes. Turn the oven off, 30 more minutes. No peeking. Then we're going to let it sit on the counter for 3 hours. Refrigerate overnight. I added some salted caramel sauce per my daughter's request. Hands down the best cheesecake I've ever made.
Frozen garlic bread. How about 15-minute garlic bread?
Medium bowl. 1 cup of salted butter, softened.
1/4 cup fresh chopped parsley.
4 cloves of garlic.
Crush them all. Mince.
And half cup of Parmesan.
Mix together till it looks like this. Ciabatta. Cut in half lengthwise. Take half your butter and just spread it all over.
Don't they just look beautiful?
Baking sheet, garlic bread on.
Into the oven, 400,
For about 10 minutes.
take it out. Oh my lord.
Oh, le petit croissant. Oh, my lord. I'm about to bust. A little bit of flaky salt, black pepper.
She's just right. And juicy.
Welcome back to another healthy chicken recipe. And let me tell you, this was amazing. You'll need 2 pounds of ground chicken, 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, 2 green onions minced, 1 tablespoon minced ginger, the zest of 1 lime, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of classic sake, 2 teaspoons smoked paprika, season with pepper and salt to taste and give it a good mix. This already smells delicious. For your sauce, you'll need half a cup hoisin sauce, 2 tablespoons soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of minced ginger, the juice of 1 lime that you already zested, half a teaspoon of chili flakes, and mix. You're going to love this sauce. Use 3 to 4 ounces of chicken and 2 skewers so it could hold better. Spray them real good with olive oil so they won't stick and to keep them moist during the cooking process. You can't tell me these things don't look bussin'. This is savory, fresh. It has that smoky flavor, a little bit of sweetness, a crunchy texture, a little bit of acidity, and a little bit of spice. I hope y'all try this and enjoy it as much as I did. Thanks for watching, and as always, until next time.
Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke niggas. Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke niggas. Get down, girl, gon' ahead, get down. Get down, girl, gon' ahead, get down. Get down, girl, gon' ahead, get down. Get down, girl, gon' ahead. Cutie the bomb, met her at a beauty salon with a baby Louis Vuitton under her underarm. She said, I could tell you rock, I could tell by your charm. Far as girls, you got a flock, I could tell by your charm and your arm, but I'm looking for the one. Have you seen her? My psychic told me she have an ass like Serena, Trina, Gina for low.
Hey everyone, it's Ariana, and Gordon Ramsay's scrambled eggs are one of his most iconic and recognized recipes. I've seen countless people remake them and give mixed reviews, so today let's decide once and for all whether these eggs are really worth the hype. Chef Ramsay actually follows me on TikTok, and it would be absolutely insane if he reacted, so go crazy tagging him in the comments. Gordon always serves this dish with toasted sourdough, sauteed mushrooms, and tomatoes. Then he cracks 3 eggs straight into a saucepan and adds what he calls a knob of butter. Then this is the part he says makes all the difference. The eggs are cooked on low, alternating on and off the heat until they come together into a soft scramble. The last step is to season the eggs and add his secret ingredient, which is sour cream's fancy cousin, creme fraiche. These are amazing. The full recipe and reviews on my Instagram, and follow for more.
I can't believe my husband did this. When I was cleaning his office today, I found a McDonald's fries box. I'm seriously offended. Because he clearly knows I can make the best fries for him. So today I'm going to remind him to never hide things from me. Because in any successful marriage, trust is important. I know my husband loves my apple fries, and he probably just made a silly mistake because he knows my apple fries are better for him. So today I'm going to surprise him with his favorite fries made with apples. Because my husband deserves the best. He's home. It's time to serve my king.
I am obsessed with this cinnamon honey butter. Here's how to make it. Combine a stick of salted butter with 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons of honey, 1.5 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, and 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Mix until combined and then spread it on everything.
Alright, check it out, folks. I'm going to show you how to make a quick and easy, super cheesy mac and cheese. Alright, very simple. Alright, come on, let's go. First things first, bring your water to a rolling boil, add plenty of salt. From there, add your macaroni, cook it according to instructions, put it to the side. In a heated pan, let's go ahead and bring some heavy cream to a low simmer. Let's season it. We got salt, onion powder, paprika, garlic powder, a little bit of Cajun. Give it a nice whisk, and from there, let's come in with our cheese. Colby Jack, whisk it up. Sharp cheddar, whisk it up. From there, smoked Gouda, whisk it up. From there, go ahead and pour that cheesy goodness over your macaroni and give it a nice mix. Hold up. You hear that? That's how it's supposed to sound. Again, go ahead and mix everything up till it's evenly combined. Add more sauce if need be. Just go ahead and mix until everything is evenly combined, and then from there, we're gonna top it off with more cheese, sharp cheddar, mild cheddar, whatever you like. Make sure you get maximum coverage in the oven for about 25 minutes till we get a nice crust. Bring it out. Woo-wee. Hit it with some parsley for some nice color. This will not disappoint. I'm telling you now. Give it a try. More recipes, check me out on YouTube.
Because of this recipe, it's a feta cheese pasta recipe. The feta cheese got sold out in Finland.
I don't know if I believe it, but like, I mean, I kind of do.
So to make it, we're gonna add tomatoes,
olive oil,
and salt and pepper. Here we go.
How much olive oil?
Dang it! She's pouring it from a measuring cup, but I can't see the measurement. I can't see it. We're gonna try 1/3 cup. I'll be salt, you be pepper.
Okay.
We're starting a band. She uses her hands, but we're gonna be using a spoon.
No.
There we go.
Look at that.
We're gonna take it, we're gonna place it right in the middle. And she doesn't say it, but on camera, she puts a little bit more pepper, a little bit more salt, a little bit more olive oil. So we're gonna pop this in the oven at 400 degrees and bake for
35 minutes. Oh, a time.
Woo, girl. Put her in there.
Bye.
Okay, while it's baking, we're just gonna make some pasta here over on the stove. I just took this out of the oven. It's still sizzling. Now we're gonna add a little bit of fresh garlic. If you wanna dump that in there.
Just dump.
Fresh basil. Here's the spoon. Now just mix it up.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Keep the shape of the tomatoes, but really break up that feta. Work it in, you know? Oh, this looks delish. Okay, we pour cooked pasta over the top and continue to mix. So
oh, wow, we didn't even have to do anything.
It smells so good.
It really does.
It really, this is, okay, too much pasta.
No, never enough.
Wow.
Oh, it's hot.
It's really hot.
Oh, God. Bro, this is so good.
Oh my gosh. Even without measurements, this one was easy and delicious.
Salsa roja in 10 minutes. We're using the broiler. Get your tomatoes, onion, jalapeno, garlic. Broil for 7 minutes. 30 seconds, broil the chiles de árbol. Add everything to a blender. Remove the skins from the garlic. Add 1 tablespoon of tomato bouillon or salt. Half a bunch of cilantro. Half a cup of water. Blend it up and enjoy.
Alright guys, let's make some delicious Tuscan chicken. Start by preheating your cast iron over medium heat. We got 4 thinly sliced chicken breasts that have been seasoned with salt, pepper, and oregano on each side. Add a couple tablespoons of olive oil to your hot skillet. Now add those chicken breasts. After about 4 minutes, we're going to give our chicken breast a flip. After about 4 minutes on the other side, we're going to remove our chicken. Leave all that good flavor in the pan and add 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter. When your butter's melted, you're going to add a tablespoon of minced garlic. Once the garlic is fragrant, we're going to add 3 cups of halved cherry tomatoes. When your tomatoes have cooked down, we're going to add a 6-ounce bag of baby spinach. Do not be alarmed, this will cook down. When it looks about like this, we're going to add 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, half a cup of grated Parmesan, and these seasonings. And mix. We're going to bring that to a simmer, reduce the heat, and cook for 3 to 4 minutes. Now we're going to add back in our chicken. We're going to let the chicken cook in that sauce for about 5 minutes. Guys, this is ready to serve. We're going to eat ours over some penne pasta. Hell yeah.
We're making every recipe and cook this book by Molly Boss, and this tomato toast with cheddar and smoky mayo was so damn good I had it 2 days in a row. Make some garlic with mayo, smoked paprika, salt, and lemon juice. Then we're going to toast up some ciabatta bread, slice up some heirloom tomatoes, get that mayo on the bread, some cheddar, the tomatoes, lemon juice, olive oil, salt, black pepper, chives, and oh my god, when I tell you how delicious this is, you have to try this.
Yo, this is how you make the perfect rice. I know a lot of y'all don't got a rice cooker, so I'm gonna show you how to make it in a pot. First, we gonna measure out 2 cups of rice. Another one. Rinse your rice. Clean that joint up. Pour these joints out. We gonna do that 3 times. Boom, boom, pop. 1 more time, baby. All right, tip number 1, soak your rice for 30 minutes. This is the soaked rice, and this is before it got soaked. You see the difference? Tip number 2, rice to water ratio. Option number 1, bring it to your knuckles. That's that Korean mama style. Option number 2, you see that line right there? Bring it to half of that. What? If you don't trust the Asian way, just measure it out to the cup. Medium-high heat, bring it to boil. It's the 10-5-5 rule. Once it starts boiling, we're going 10 minutes, baby. Now lower your heat for 5 minutes. Now turn it off completely and let it steam for 5 minutes. Ooh.
Baby, work it.
Honey soy garlic chicken. So easy to make. Coat in corn flour. Deep fry in hot oil. For the sauce, honey, soy sauce, chili flakes, hot water, garlic. Mix, mix, mix. Done. You can serve on rice or eat on its own. These were bussin'.
You know that I'ma keep it cool. With you I feel like breaking rules. On the edge, looking out with no parachute. You know I'm dreaming about us too. Playing around without a clue. On the edge, leaning out. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing. But guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you're asleep. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you.
Tacos dorados de pollo. Let's make them. That crunch is such a game changer. I'm keeping it simple using rotisserie chicken, diced bell peppers, use whatever colors you want, and seasoning it all with this new Tex-Mex seasoning from Hardcore Carnivore. It was delicious. Saute for 7 to 10 minutes, then you're going to add in about 2 tablespoons of your favorite salsa. And now for the best part, we're making homemade hard taco shells. I'm using yellow corn tortillas. You can use white corn. You can even try it with flour tortillas, but it's better with corn. You want your oil to be on medium-high heat. It's going to puff up, flip it over right away, and then slowly start folding it. It's going to slowly keep holding its shape. And you have homemade hard taco shells, better than the store-bought. Get your taco shells, get some refried beans, some melty cheese, that chicken mixture, salsa, shredded lettuce, some Mexican crema or sour cream, cotija cheese, and you have delicious tacos dorados. Enjoy!
I used to hear a simple song. That was until you came along. Now in its place is something new. I hear it when I look at you.